Okay, you are a psychologist, a psychotherapist. Um, you said that you drank ayahuasca before
Yes.
in Europe,
Mhm.
and was not good because there were not boundaries, there were not guidelines.
Mhm.
Although at the beginning you said when we started the retreat that you thought that there's too many guidelines here.
Yeah.
You didn't like at the beginning, you didn't understand why so many guidelines, boundaries. So can you talk about that a little?
So as I said, in my previous experience, there was no rules. There were people singing, playing instruments, talking to each other, and there was a moment during my ayahuasca journey when I got bothered by it, and I had to leave the room. But I completely forgot about it when I was complaining about the rules here. I felt like it's gonna be for me super tough to not talk with anybody and so on, so on. So I was complaining how it's gonna work, but after all my ayahuasca journeys, uh, I completely changed my mind. This type of uh, work with the traumas needs really specific rules, really specific boundaries, and they are really important.
Why you need rules and boundaries?
Because in our lives there's our rules or boundaries that we got to respect in our real lives. In a psychotherapy there are rules and boundaries. If they're not respected, therapy doesn't work.
Okay, what
Same is here.
happens when psychotherapists don't have a good frame of boundaries? It's very strict, no?
Yes.
In
Yes,
psychotherapy,
it
you
is.
have your day, your time, have to be that time, cannot be your friend, cannot be family. Well, why have to be so strict? You cannot have a personal relationship with your patient?
Because there's a difference between uh, friend role and a psychotherapist role. Psychotherapist needs to be close to the patient, but on the other side, he got to keep the distance to be helpful. Because if he gets emotionally too involved in the patient's case, he's not helping him, and it's also dangerous for the therapist as himself.
Mm-hmm. So the therapist may want something for the it's not what the therapist wants. It's
Yeah.
the patient is the one who has to decide his or her life. It's not what the therapist wants. So we need to be neutral. But in this case, even though I am a psychologist, I don't do psychotherapy here. Our work is spiritual. The purpose of the retreat is for spiritual development. But also we need a strong boundaries and a frame. Because if not, when you became a child again and then you start behaving as a child, you need boundaries. Because when you are a child, you need boundaries to feel safe. If not, this will be chaotic and you will not feel safe here. If you can sit and relax here, is because you know nothing will do nothing crazy, nobody will do something crazy or dangerous because it's not allowed. So, okay, I can relax. Nobody will touch me. So I feel safe, my space is safe, and the facilitators are watching this, that I can relax and nobody will touch me, or nobody will enter in my bungalow when I am sleeping. So you feel safe, okay? People will not invade you. And what can happen? Ayahuasca is an amplifier. If you don't have good boundaries, that will be amplified here, and this can escalate. So from the very beginning we say this is like this, and you have to adjust to this. If not, you cannot be here. So now, when you realize that boundaries is good for the retreat, after how much time?
Probably during the first ceremony. when I experience how it works, how it's important to have a space to think about and experience the journey, and in the end think of myself.
So you felt comfortable.
Yeah, I feel totally safe and comfortable.